You're at the gate, the fluorescent panels humming, coffee steam on your hand, and you squint down at a rectangle of paper or a tiny screen covered in letters and numbers. There's a 5-letter block, a seat like 12A, a 3-letter airport code, and strange abbreviations, 1PC, STBY, or maybe a single capital like Y or T. Your stomach tightens because you don't know whether that little code means you can bring a bag, you're guaranteed a seat, or you'll be asked to pay more at the gate. Take a breath.
If your flight happens to be canceled or delayed, Compensair will help you get compensation for the inconvenience and get your money back without wasting time on red tape. Get a refund for your canceled flight right.
I've read thousands of boarding passes and helped travelers avoid surprises more than once. Start with the habit you can do at home. Open the booking confirmation or airline app and match the boarding pass fields to the booking. Look for these 4 things first. PNR. The 6-character booking reference. Fare class letter, 1 capital letter like Y, M, K. Baggage allowance line, 1 piece, 0 pieces, 2 pieces, or a weight like 23 kilograms. And a code for boarding or service, standby/STBY, zone number, or a boarding group. If you see a fare class you don't recognize, type it into a quick search like Fare Class K Restrictions and go straight to the airline's baggage and seat policy page. Next, check the QR/e-ticket number. That long numeric string is your proof of purchase. Keep a screenshot so staff can reissue a printed pass if systems go down. If your boarding pass shows STBY or request next to the seat, that means you are not confirmed. Standby passengers are only given seats if someone no-shows. If you're shown a small code like 0PC or EXCD next to baggage, that's the red flag. It usually means no checked baggage included unless you bought it separately. Why do airlines use these tiny, cryptic codes? Think of the boarding pass like a concert ticket with a seat band, a VIP ribbon, and a backstage pass all printed on one strip. The fare class letter is the seat section, VIP, standard, balcony. The baggage code is the luggage rule stamped on that ticket. The boarding zone is the line you'll stand in. The airline needs a single, compact way to carry 70 pieces of information that computers can scan or staff can read in seconds, hence the shorthand. Like coupons on a receipt, these codes condense policy into a tiny, scannable language. Now the real risks and costs if you ignore them. If you miss a baggage code that says 0PC and think you have a free checked bag, expect a gate fee of roughly $50, $200 depending on carrier and route. Domestic U.S. flights average $30, $60 if purchased before gate, but spike to $50, $200 at the gate. If you're on standby, STBY, you could be bumped and forced onto the next flight. Costs here vary. The immediate monetary cost might be a change fee or a new ticket, $100, $800, plus the cost of missing a meeting or connection. If your fare class is basic economy, look for low letter codes like Q, T, or O on some carriers. You may be denied seat selection and even carry-on rights, resulting in a gate-checked bag fee of $50, $150, and time lost waiting for luggage. The simplest, cheapest way to avoid those shocks is a 3-step check before you go to the airport. 1. Match your confirmation to your boarding pass. Confirm PNR, name spelling, and flight number. 2. Decode two key lines, fare class and baggage allowance. If the baggage line reads 0PC or shows weight limits you don't expect, buy your checked bag online in advance. It's almost always cheaper than at the gate. 3. Confirm seat status. If the seat says STBY or unassigned, check in as early as allowed or call the airline to request a seat assignment. For seats, paying a small fee to choose a seat you can sit in is often cheaper than paying a big overnight fee if you miss connections. Many useful links can be found in the description. A few practical signals to watch right now. A single letter in the fare box is the ticket bucket. Y is usually full fare economy and includes changes/refunds options and a free carry-on on most carriers. Letters like K, L, T, or Q often mean restricted fares. If the boarding pass prints baggage 1 piece, you're allowed 1 checked piece. If it prints max 23 kilograms, it's weight-based. Don't assume piece limits apply. Airport codes like ATL, LHR, or DXB show origin and destination. If you see a code you don't recognize, it's usually a connecting station. Double-check your itinerary so you don't miss a connection. Here's a specific hidden trick airlines or booking sites sometimes use. They display a bright, free seat selection banner at booking, but the underlying fare class letter in your confirmation will show the restrictions, no seat selection or no carry-on for basic buckets. That banner sells the idea, while the fare class enforces the rule. To refuse the upsell and avoid the trap, don't click through without reading the fare conditions. Open the fare rules on the booking page or call the airline if it's unclear.
If you already booked and the fare letter shows a restricted class, either pay for the confirmed seat, cheaper online than at the gate, or cancel within the allowed window and rebook the correct fare. Another misleading claim is the priority boarding included line tied to loyalty or small add-ons. The boarding zone printed on your pass is the truth. If your zone is 5 or higher, you won't be among the first to load overhead bins, even if you bought a priority badge in some third-party checkout flows. Don't accept a last-minute priority at the kiosk without checking your zone on the printed pass. Gate agents can often issue zone upgrades if seats are empty, but they are not obligated. Small practical hacks. Photograph or screenshot the whole boarding pass and the booking confirmation before you leave. Save the airline's baggage chart for the specific route. Some international flights use weight, others use pieces. If your itinerary has tight connections, check the seat assignment. Sitting near the front reduces missed connection risk. Bring a small, accurate scale for your carry-on so you can verify weight at home and avoid an embarrassing gate charge. If you find a worrying code at the gate, say STBY or 0PC, speak to an agent immediately and calmly. Show your confirmation. Ask, "What does this code mean for my allowed bags and seat?" If the response is unclear, politely ask to see the fare conditions. If they insist on charging a gate fee you didn't expect and your fare rules clearly include the bag, ask for a supervisor and point to the fare rule. If the agent is still unhelpful, note their name and take a photo of the pass and counter screen. You can file a complaint with the airline and your credit card for an incorrect charge. One last specific example that trips up first-time flyers. The 6-character PNR is often printed as something like ABC123. Some booking sites will show a different reference. If you ever rebook or reissue a boarding pass with a different PNR, make sure you actually received the e-ticket number and the new PNR.
Otherwise, the checked bag you paid for might stay under the old record. Mismatched PNRs are why people sometimes pay twice for the same bag or get a denied boarding when systems don't link records. To sum up, the codes are not a secret meant to confuse you. They're a compact language. Read 3 critical pieces every time: fare class, baggage allowance, and seat status.
Confirm these at home, screenshot everything, and be ready to show proof at the desk. If something looks like a trap, a free banner that contradicts your fare letter, don't click it. Call the airline or refuse the upsell. Small upfront checks almost always save you $50, $200, and the stress of missing a seat or a connection. If this helped and you want more clear, step-by-step airport advice that actually prevents fees and missed flights, subscribe and like. I post short, practical tips designed for travelers who don't fly often but want to avoid the expensive surprises.